fresh and clean slate. So, how about a podcast about Power Rangers, shall we? The good, the ups and downs, looking at all of the ones who actually exchange hands and the mistakes that were made that never actually didn't show that they would happen until very later. And it's funny that they're the ones who actually did it and they experienced it. So, anyways, let's get on with Power Rangers. The first wave. So Power Rangers the first wave, basically we have Mighty Morphin. Beautiful. Of course we could talk about wave 0, but nah. That's for someone else who's gonna get better reviews than I do. He already did anyways. Mighty Morphin did good. Season 1. Season 2, that is when we get our first little ruffle of feathers. Because we have a weird agreement versus Bandai and Saban's. So season 2, you know that they most likely have to exchange suits and stuff because they're going on to the next territory, the next season, which is of course Die Ranger. But for some reason, Bandai America made surplus of toys instead of being cool enough to actually, get rid of them in Christmas. Christmas sales, stop making more toys and just get rid of them all before Christmas, the Christmas part. They basically said, oh, we made more toys, and since we made more toys and you're about to do something that we don't want you to do, well, guess what? We want you to keep the freaking suits, but you can still change the Zords until we can actually unload all these toys. It's like, oh, okay, then how does that play out? Well, it turns out they made even more toys of the freaking suits that they were like, we have too much toys of. So then we get into season 3. So in season 3, of course, you have the Aguitar Rangers, and they figured, well, we can't change the looks of them now, so they do have the Aguitar Rangers, and they have, of course, brought Ninja into this. And of course, you had the first issue of people writing in. Yep, the parents wrote in saying that how Lord Zed was giving their children nightmares. And because of that, they decided to do one thing. Instead of going with their original plan, they said, okay, fine. To lessen the intimidation of Lord Zed, we're getting him married to Rita Repulsa. I hate you. It's like, it's like, okay, fine. I greatly dislike you and you guys suck. I hope that you guys get nightmares when you saw Cosmic Fury. I hope you got fucking nightmares. Because that's what you deserve. If this started with nightmares, I hope you get nightmares until the end then. Because you suck. So anyways, yep, then we get into Zeo, which they finally truly said, if they were going to be like, again with this bullshit, being like, oh, well, we can't do it because we got the toys, we got the toys of the old. It's like, oh my gosh, did they do this again? What the fuck? So at least the good news is that, no, they finally got to agreement. They were not stupid enough to make surplus of toys this time. And now they're in agreement of we're going to the next season with new Ranger suits. You understand? No making toys. We're going on to the next season. And thank goodness ever since, we didn't have a problem with Bandai America saying, oh no, we have surplus of toys. So Zeo went off without a hitch. Turbo was from Car Rangers, and Car Rangers was a bit silly, ridiculous. So that's because when it came to Zeo, O-Ranger was very serious. So after every serious season, there's a silly one to follow afterwards. So then after that, then we have In Space. And this is where we get our first, this might be the first cancellation. Might have been the second. I think it's most likely the first. Where they now are in peril being like, oh no, this could be the last for the Power Rangers. So what they basically did was, and sorry for the idiot over there who's like, Power Ranger failed ripoffs, which is like, Mystic Knights of Tildanog do not deserve to be labeled a failed ripoff. It was doing decent freaking ratings. It was going to get a season 3, and it was going to replace Power Rangers. Power Rangers was getting canceled. they needed something to actually help replace Power Rangers, and they created Mystic Knights. And Mystic Knights was doing a fabulous job until, oh my goodness, Power Rangers got renewed because Countdown to Destruction did a beautiful job. Beautiful. So instead of actually having two shows, they don't need the baby, so they kicked the baby to the curb, and the foster child they made into a son kept going. And he put more money up in there. So we got Time Force. Mm-hmm. Sorry. We got Lost Galaxy. Then we got Time Force. Oh, so Lost Galaxy, Lightspeed Rescue, Time Force, Wild Force. So we had 4 years, and during that 4 years, also I think it was in space. Was it? I think in space was the time, or was it even Turbo? I think it was in space. At the time of in space, Jaime Saban decided to make a interesting freaking idea. He's like, we're got a lot of money. Yeah, freaking Fox Kids has a lot of money. We can use it. And what we're going to do is buy the Family Channel. It's like, okay. Like, yep. So he bought the Family Channel, and that is what plunged Fox Kids into debt. So basically, he, who's a rich billionaire who didn't use any of his money but the company's money, eventually got Power Rangers, got freaking Fox Kids screwed to the rear of where they don't exist no more. Disney bought them. So, yeah, it's like he thought he was doing a good move with buying the Family Channel. But lo and behold, that was the dumbest move ever. He shouldn't have made that move. He should allow whoever was bidding against him to buy it. And that would have actually allowed Power Rangers and Fox Kids to 2006, even 2007, maybe 2008. I don't know. Would have actually did the 4Kids deal at that point. Don't know for sure. It's like, yeah, don't know for sure because 4Kids was really kind of chummy with WB. With Kids WB, so I'm not sure if they actually would have cozy up to him. Until later, of course. So, Fox Kids is gone. Then Disney got to have all the archives of Fox Kids. So Disney started doing Power Rangers. And even apparently, to respect Power Rangers, they renamed One Saturday Morning into ABC Kids. Which they, instead of actually being cool and being like, Fox, we can get Power Rangers on at 8 o'clock. We can allow the kids to go out and enjoy the world. No. He put Power Rangers, and this lasted all the way until they even reached Netflix at 12 o'clock. So you have to stay through their whole entire time slot to see Power Rangers. And even then, their time slot was sucked. Power Rangers was the only thing that actually was bringing something good to the table on ABC Kids. Sorry to say that, but it's most likely true. That's why they have ABC Kids in the first place, because notice what's going on right now. Let's just take a look right now. This is 2024, even 2023, 22, 21, 2020, 2019. As soon as Power Rangers left, ABC Kids does not even fucking exist. So basically, Power Rangers is what led ABC Kids existed. As soon as ABC Kids is gone, they said, fuck this. Golf, you can have all the shit you want. Infomercials, you can have all the shit you want. You can have all the time you want now. Yeah, and that's the real messed up part about ABC Kids. They allowed golf to interrupt Power Rangers. They allowed golf to interrupt the ABC Kids. And I don't give a crap the whole thing where it's like, oh, but they made sure they put it on Sunday. It's like, I rarely got that message. It's like, I occasionally got that message, but not to the point where I actually should have got it every single time. And again, it's easy to fix if you would do what? Put Power Rangers on at 7:30 in the morning when you do that the golf bullshit. Or allow golf to start at 8:30 and allow Power Rangers to be on at 8 o'clock. Easy as that. But anyways, let's just talk about the seasons of Disney. First, they had Ninja Storm. And after Ninja Storm and Dino Thunder is the horrible choices of their stupid intros. And most likely they also caused the intro to change for Wild Force into a lamer one. Good job, Disney. You're kinda tone deaf. No wonder your freaking bands don't last for decades. Oh my gosh, oh, I got 'em good. Oh my gosh, oh. Anyways, we have Ninja Storm, which pretty decent, really. It's decent. They did a good job on that. Decent. Good job. Then we have Dino Thunder. They brought back Jason David Frank. Whoa. Yeah, but this is where we start a little issue when it comes to the whole, continuity. Because this is where we first have to talk about the whole thing of Tommy and his love interest. Yes, I didn't mention that, but that should be one thing that should be mentioned. Because in the beginning, we had Tommy and Kimberly. Cool. Then we had Tommy and Kat. And that lasted all the way to Turbo. And allegedly, I think he dumped her and went back with Kimberly in Wild Force because they had Forever Red. But apparently, he might have actually married her, Catherine, prior to Dino Thunder. So the question is, unless he actually decided not to marry her and he's still a bachelor and she's somewhere else and he's somewhere else, was just like, that don't make sense. That don't make sense at all. So the real thing that should have happened, but I don't know who didn't want to pay what, is Catherine should have returned in Dino Thunder. She should have been in a couple of episodes. Not all of them, but some of them she should have been a part of those episodes. Should she actually replace Haley? Not really, because she wasn't a tech genius. I would just say that maybe the first episode, she should have been there. The episode when he got stuck in the Ranger suit should have been there. I think at least 3 to 5 or 7 appearances from her would have made this a good continuity saver. Versus this where it's like, so he's bachelor, I guess? Or he could have just briefly mentioned that she's on a trip or something. It's like, we don't even know what Catherine does for a living. Did once and always a Ranger mention that? It's like, shoot, I don't remember. It's like, I'm sorry to tell you, I don't remember anything. Where it's like, yeah, I don't remember what Catherine does. At least for Jason David Frank, for Tommy Oliver, we know what he became. Her, we don't know. It would have been cool if they both became teachers. So at least we know that they're both teachers. And they both got doctorates, but we don't know anything about Catherine. We're just like, what the fuck? Maybe I have to look in the Wikipedia page and maybe you guys see it right now, what she did. But anyways, yeah, so Dino Thunder was at least decent, but this is the first time that they chickened out. I could say maybe for for Ninja Storm they might have chickened out, but I think for Dino Thunder, this is the first time they chickened out on showing the last episode, adapting the last episode that happened in Super Sentai and a Ranger death. And of course, for everyone who already remembers or knows me talking about it, Super Sentai has Ranger deaths. And believe it or not, for the first 2 deaths, Jaime Saban's and Fox Kids and Bandai America, if they were at the table, were thinking, maybe we should kill off a Ranger. Maybe it's okay to kill off a Ranger. And the first 2 times they were considering, but the last minute they pulled out. This time around, I don't think they really was interested in that. And because of that, they decided to they decided to cut most of the content because, well, you can't just allow Trent to lose his powers and that's the end of it. His Zord is also destroyed. So that's the messed up part. Is like, yes, the White Ranger will die in an explosion with his Megazord. And Disney did not want to do that. And because of that, they decided to just be like, okay, how many episodes do we have with White Ranger before he goes down? Okay, and then after that, we'll just make a new ending of them using all their powers to take down Mesogog, and that's it. We're good. The end. Chicken, 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 chicken. He could have just lost his powers. You could have something to show that maybe the Zords have sentience. Maybe the fact that the Zord was able to take off the Dino Gem and flew into the sunset to save Trent and exploded. There you go. We're done here. You don't have to freak out. But instead, well, they freaked out and said, we don't want to kill a ranger. Are you nuts? So then after that, we got to SPD, which is the true first one that actually is like, yeah, you guys don't know how to make music. And it's like Ron Wasserman knows how to make music. He knows how to do it. But it's basically, sadly, Disney who's trying to figure out how to make music themes that'll catch the freaking kids. And it's like, you're an idiot. As for SPD's story, well, the good news, bad news. The good news is that it was a decent story. The bad news is they mentioned that they didn't know how many Rangers were in the series. They didn't know how many there were. So the Omega Ranger was not casted until the very end. Nova Ranger 2. Someone tries to defend and be like, oh no, that's not true. They knew all along, and well, something. It's like, yeah, well, not to mention they added Rangers. Don't forget they added A Squad. So yeah, they had too many Rangers on their hands. If they knew or didn't know, well, it was cool that technically A Squad was the new American Rangers that had been made. So good for them. I didn't actually acknowledge them for that, but good for you. Then after that was Mystic Force. This is where the songs got really bad. I was like, yeah, but we're doing it for the children. The children had trends of what they listened to on the radio, and we did it for them on that. And I'm like, and you're an idiot for it. You're a fucking idiot. Even though, sadly, the dumbass idiots who make memes out of it, showing the dude dancing, proves their point that they were right to do it. Thanks, guys. I'm glad you show that Disney did the right thing and they can say, so I told you. And it's like, please get rid of it. Get rid of that meme as soon as possible. Delete it off the internet. Please. I don't want Disney to be right at something. Please. But Mystic Force actually was pretty decent, right? I think so. I think it was pretty decent. Yeah, the only messed up part is what they did with the Pink Ranger, making her a damn DJ. That was horrible. Vita should not be a DJ whatsoever. Basically, sadly, this proves how Disney sucks at making music, because if they knew how to make music, then her mixes would be remembered and all of us would be trying to get those mixes on iTunes or wherever we can download it from, or listen it to on Spotify, or listen it to on Pandora. But guess what? We don't look for her damn mixes, do we? We don't even know one of their damn ass names, do we? And the one that could have been a great one, which was the one when she was possessed, she could have just remixed Nightmare from Machi Ranger. It's like, as soon as I heard that one some years later, I'm like, holy shit. Or better yet, what about Song of Confusion from freaking Turbo? That dealt with what? A damn vampire monster. Well, actually, no, not really, but still, it does have to deal with hypnotizing and hypnotism. And that's what happened in the freaking episode. So either way, that one should have been remixed. But they didn't do anything. They just make this crappy ass mix from this stupid dumb ass idiot over there. And I'm like, why? Oh my gosh, you guys are so stupid. It's like, oh my gosh, you don't even know how to do music right. At least the freaking writing is good, but music, oh, you suck at it. You suck. And they made freaking damn boy bands and shit. And it's like, well, technically that happened later. It's like with Big Time Rush and stuff, that happened later, but Cheetah Girls existed at this point, and Cheetah Girls, it's like, even though they kind of might have ripped songs off, I don't know, but it's like, how in the world do you have your label, and yet all the freaking theme songs so far and the mixes in freaking Mystic Force suck ass? Hmm? I'm gonna go on. Then after that is Operation Overdrive with, oh my gosh, damn. This one's the one that definitely were like, oh yeah, because the kids. And it's like, oh my gosh, this freaking damn. Oh my gosh, I thought that Mystic Force was horrible. Operation Overdrive, you went. Oh my gosh. Oh yeah, no, I didn't get there yet. So, so in freaking Operation Overdrive, they did three things that really was horrible. It's like, yeah, three things that were freaking horrible. Number one, they decided to make a love child between Rita and Lord Zed. Thank you, dumbass kids who were scared all the way back in the 90s. You freaking damn made this shit happen. I hope you're fucking happy. Number two, in the same thing, you had the dumbass sword guy basically just showing the middle finger to all the Rangers that were here that's Operation Overdrive, saying, fuck you. I don't want to freaking give your powers and restore your damn powers. I'm going to find Rangers that I want to choose. And I say, you guys can go fuck yourselves because these are going to be the new Rangers. It's like, yeah, it's like he should be the most hated person ever in Power Rangers. The most hated one. And of course, number three is the ending of Operation Overdrive, which, spoiler alert, turns out the Red Ranger was not even human at all. He was a fucking damn cyborg. And then the dumb ass freaking Jules of Corolla or whatever bullshit put on his head and made him a Pinocchio's, turned him into a real damn ass boy. What the fuck? It's like, I'm sorry, but what the fuck? What the fuck? I would prefer that he was just dead, though. It's like, I would prefer that he was dead. The first one that you actually at least be like, we did Kendricks. We did a Kendricks. Isn't that awesome? So at least the good news is that even though it's like, it seems like he's dying, you allowed the freaking gems to go around him, going and revive him from dying. I would have preferred that than your freaking damn Pinocchio's bullshit where it's like, he's a cyborg. Now he's a real person. Yay. Fuck you and your Pinocchio's bullshit. Fuck you. Now we get into Jungle Fury. Jungle Fury again. The theme song sucked ass. You guys are tone deaf and stupid. I mean, usually at times you can do your best to somewhat beat Super Sentai, but Super Sentai has been rocking this shit, and you brought this shit to freaking damn Geki Ranger. Geki Ranger's theme song is so unbelievably overpowered that what you are is a freaking damn level 5 Mew versus a level 78 Mewtwo. You're not gonna make it. You need to go back to the drawing board and think of something better. Because you're not gonna make it. You're an idiot. As for the writing itself, it was good. They made 3 more American Rangers, so now we have 8 of them. Cool. And it was decent. It's like, I'm pretty sure that was a decent story that they told. It was good. Well, besides the whole thing of the White Ranger being a freaking damn stupid Brock character. It's like, yeah, looking at his counterpart, it's like, his counterpart was a little bit better. I didn't like you made him a Brock in the freaking episode I missed, and it was on YouTube, kind of, but in cuts. It showed how much he sucked. It's like, I'm sorry, but yeah, Byron kind of sucks. Sorry, but he kind of damn sucks. It's like, frick, man. I mean, Joel might have been a ladies' man in Lightspeed Rescue, but at least the good news is that he wasn't like, hey, I'm Joel, and Lightspeed Rescue. I'm the Green Ranger. And it's like, no, he didn't do that shit. And it's like, what the fuck, dude? And then the girl turned out not to like him at all. Business piece of trash woman. I'm sorry, but yeah, it's like this crap just continues to fume me and be pissed off. Like, what the fuck, man? You don't remember the episode? See for yourself how crappy that was. And then in the end of it, it's like spoiler. Turns out Fran was the one that he needed all along. Damn, freaking Taylor Swift most likely would have already used this whole entire thing and eaten it up too. Yeah, she'll be like, okay, well, Jungle Furies have his 25th anniversary, and I have you belong with me, and I can look like Fran, so I can actually make this work. He's like, oh, good Lord, oh, good Lord, what have you done? Oh, good Lord. But yeah, Jungle Fury wasn't too bad. It was okay. I mean, look at freaking Operation Overdrive. It's like, it's better than what was going on over there. And then, of course, the last one before they went completely psycho and Bandai America was like, yeah, I'm cool with you killing Power Rangers. Yeah, let's do it. Is RPM the worst freaking intro they ever made? But this freaking season was so damn good. That guy who wrote this and then you fired him, that guy should have been brought back and should have been the head writer for Power Rangers for now damn ass on. He deserves more credit and then some. From what I heard, apparently you had the previous person that wrote something, but then they kicked him to the curb, brought the new guy in, and the new guy was going to be like, I'm going to also make another Ranger, an American Ranger. It's going to be the ninth American Ranger. We don't know what the fuck happens there. Actually, I think he was going to make 4 in all. Or at least, either way, we did get the figures for them, but I didn't know if they were real or fake, so I never actually bought them. Yeah, I hate myself. But lo and behold, they told him to go fuck himself, and they cut some of his content, and well, either way, it was a good, that was a good season. And then it goes to the part of where they're going to take Power Rangers. I said put a pill into them, but I think this is a lot worse. They're going to take Power Rangers, keep it alive for 3 more years, and get as many freaking merchandise out and milk Power Rangers. The equivalent is not even putting Power Rangers in a pillow. No, this is more the fact of they drug Power Rangers, put it in a freaking damn bath with ice, and they were starting to remove all its organs. Making sure the lively organs stay in, but no, they was taking out the kidney. They were taking out like maybe a lung and gave them a plastic lung. They were starting to freaking just cannibalize Power Rangers. That's what was going on. Saban saved the day, but did he really? Because Bandai was like, we had enough. We don't want to do Power Rangers anymore. Yeah, so this is the same time, which I mentioned this before in another video. This is when they decided to be like, we're going to cheap out on Power Rangers, give you 4-inch figures, and we don't give a shit. Like, we're not going to do any paint apps or anything. We don't give a shit. Even though it's like, well, they did try the legacy version. So apparently, they don't give a shit about the kids, but the collectors is like, oh yeah, well, the collectors are good, but the kids go fuck yourselves. It's like, yeah, it's like, but you don't understand. The collectors also buy the kids stuff too. You idiots. Yeah, Leslie make sure that's like, yeah, it's crummy and crappy as hell. Why don't you just buy the new line that we made? It's like, that's what you want, the new line. So, make the Legacy toy line that has nothing to do with the recent run of Power Rangers. And then they came with Samurai after making a deal with Nickelodeon. And of course, like many videos I said before, we have no idea who was the one who was like, we'll do a season, but it's going to last for 2 years. 20 episodes, then 20 episodes the next year, and then we're good. It's like, again, if I have to be a betting man, I have to believe it's Nickelodeon's fault. I have to believe that because Nickelodeon also was the dumbass idiot who was like, well, we got Miraculous. Yeah, we put it on at 8:30. Oh, fuck Miraculous. Go fuck yourself. It's like after one freaking damn year of Miraculous, they just took it and said, "Go fuck yourself." And then Netflix already grabbed it, I guess. Disney got a freaking damn deal with it, and lo and behold, look at Miraculous. It's freaking damn somewhat popular. Nickelodeon fucked up. It's like, yeah, Nickelodeon does not know how to actually handle freaking shows, because if they did their next Ninja Turtles show after the Ninja Turtles, the one with Tails and Ninja Turtles, or oh, what was it called? The Rise of Ninja Turtles, whatever bullshit it was. That would have lasted for like at least 6 years. Instead, it lasted for two, I believe. So as you can see, they suck at superhero shows that aren't really truly their own. And you're telling me with Power Rangers, they don't have to do jack shit, and they don't even have to pay them to make the show? All they gotta do is just air it? Seriously? Yeah, and then you had the damn demand of being like, oh, 20 episodes. And in 20 episodes, we can't do 40 episodes a year. No, we can't do that. And it's like, you're a dumbass idiot, and yes, you can. I mean, if you really put your dumbass mind to it, what you could have done was do 40 episodes, and then every Saturday you give us 2 episodes each, you idiot. It's like, I think that works out. But it's most likely because they love damn ass SpongeBob, and SpongeBob's their damn ass whore, and they need as much time as they can for damn ass SpongeBob. And it took them a long time because, oh wait, sorry, we're not even at that point yet. Yeah, sorry, we're not even at that point yet. But anyways, yeah, so what happened is that they aired Samurai. The intro was a revamp of Mighty Morphin, since it is returned with Sabans. Who's gonna complain? So it's like a nice little, hey, he's back, and hey, is going to be a little bit serious, or is going to be at least the same caliber as Wild Force, at least. It'll be like that sort of caliber. And as soon as we saw Samurai as it was, oh dang, it sucks. It's like, oh dang, is a bit more corny than it needs to be. Oh dang, you have Comic Relief Duo. Bulk is back, and apparently Skull has a son named Spike. Huh. And apparently there's most likely a deeper story that's supposed to happen, because apparently Spike was originally supposed to be the Gold Ranger, not Antonio. So if we really have a cut content of a story, I have to believe this idea of where Spike is a bad kid, but Spike was continuing becoming better and better with guidance from Bulk, to the point of where he became worthy of being the Gold Ranger. It's like, yeah, and it was like, make him like extremely bad, like he did credit card fraud and all that crap. And then here he is being turning over a new leaf, and he became a freaking ranger. Whoa. Yep, but that got stripped away, and freaking Spike is just nothing but someone who's fell in love with freaking I forgot her name. In the Pink Ranger. It's like, oh well, whatever. It's like, oh yeah, well, whatever. Yep, and that relationship became whatever anyways, because at the end of the show, he didn't even show an affection to her at all. No flowers, no nothing. But hey, at least she gets to tour around with Antonio with a freaking damn song. It's like, yeah, so I didn't mention the toys when it came to the original Bandai after that. So the toy line went perfectly fine, but of course, electronics became an issue, so they got rid of some of the electronics. Some of the Megazords had die cast. Some of them, sometimes they did die cast, some they didn't. So it became like back and forth of changing stuff. So when we got Bandai showing up for Samurai, it was cheap. Yes, they got the import, awesome, but the Megazord that the kids got was cheap. Then, yeah, just let's just say that was cheap. But they did do the Samurais, which was cool. They made so many new freaking figures because they have cockpit modes now. So we had lots of those. Yeah, it's like this one's the one where it's like you had lots of freaking figures. But me, I didn't buy them because they weren't a decent size. So Samurai came and went, even though it was kind of funny when it came to the pause, where I was like, where's the rest of the Power Rangers? Power Rangers over? It's like, yeah, it took them a long while to be like, it's coming back very soon, guys. I was like, what the hell? It's like, yeah, it's like, what the hell? I thought we went over the black box. It's like, nope, they're starting the black box part now. And it's like, oh boy. Oh boy. Yeah, in the end of it all, that whole entire series, it's like, it's trash. It's like, it's just some series that you most likely have to skip. This one should have been one that was skipped. I'm just saying. It's like, they can't skip a season, but it's like, but Japan, you have to understand. Toei, you have to understand. This is Japanese related all over it. For them to do it, it's just not going to work. Unless you're going to give them tips or something to be like, here's how to make it work. But you didn't give them tips or anything, and here they go with this horrible trash of a freaking season. But at least, hey, some kids like it, I guess. But me, I'm like, this doesn't make freaking damn sense. And as soon as you have the kids grow up and look back on this, they're going to have some messed up questions to the point where it's like, and it's not going to last. It's like, it lasts if you're a kid, but as soon as you're a teenager or adult, you'll start asking questions of, well, if it started in Japan, how the fuck did they come over here? It's like, yeah, it's like, dude, Japan usually has freaking damn Japanese people. They're not half Japanese or anything. It's like, what, they brought foreigners over there to fight a freaking battle that they technically should be fighting themselves. That looks pretty damn bad, doesn't it? But anyways, yeah, next to Mystic Force. Mystic Force still use a revamp of the music. That's a little bit troubling. But they do have their own version of it for Mega Force. But for some reason, they only use it as the outro and the theme inside of the show when it comes to the Megazord battles. That's pretty weird. But as for Megaforce all by itself, they decided to do some cutting because, well, more than anything, they wanted to skip Megaforce and go to the next one. But they couldn't do that in the contract, so because they didn't do the contract, they were forced to do this one. And, well, they did it was kind of smart, but kind of sad. Whereas, like, they made Megaforce just 20 episodes. Then the season they were waiting for, sadly, was 20 episodes, but at least it showed up. But it was horrible because they kept the same damn ass cast. It's like, yeah, it's like, oh my gosh. Well, you saw it already that they were going to do that anyways, but it's like, yeah, so Super Mega Force is really trash and garbage. It's like, I'm sorry, but it's trash and garbage. At least the good news is that the figures actually are now decently good to have. The Super Mega Force Blaster sucks. That's the worst one they made that seems like as if it has a knockoff and that's the knockoff. The sword was okay. The Buster one was okay. They made they made at least two new make Zords for it, which that was cool, but no pump action for the freaking Zeo Zord. Yeah, that was messed up. It's like you should have had it pump action because that's what you made it modeled after. But other than that, it's like, yeah, but the thing is that since now it's spanned, well, this one didn't span for 2 years, it spanned for 1 year. My mistake. But even though it was banned for 1 year, the craziest part, besides, well, in Megaforce they got rid of Datas, is that the toys, the freaking Ranger keys that they never actually got an understanding of what to do with, that spanned it for years to come. Given that Toei does the same thing, but Japan does the same thing, but it was because more Rangers are coming out each season, and they want to make sure that all the Ranger keys are collectible, even the ones after Gokaiger's ends. So they were being pretty cool. All these idiots didn't even do that. They were like, oh well, What keys are missing? We don't know. It's like, oh my gosh, you idiots. Yeah, it's like they released two versions of the key pass outs, I think, and they both have repeating keys, and it's like, oh, you dumb idiots, what the frick? So technically, I already made a list like some years ago of how they could have actually structured their releases so that everyone can get all the Ranger keys without any issues, but whatever. Yeah, so Super Mega Force was a horrible, horrible piece of trash. Then we get to Dino Charge. The best season that they had, even though sadly it did last for 2 years. And this is where we get to the messed up part of where next year we're going to do better on our Zords. So basically, they released all the Zords, and well, they had lots of auxiliary Zords. They had at least 4 auxiliary Zords. Yeah, I think at least 4 auxiliary Zords, and they had the Tyranno Charge Megazord, and they had the Spino Charge Megazord. And then they decided to make some repaints, and they had 2 or 3, no, 4 new Zords to add with it. So basically, the kids got overwhelmed, the parents got some pissed off moments, and well, that's when they did ask the questions for the next year, they basically got to the conclusion that, oh, so auxiliary Zords need to be with a Megazord, and they'll buy it, and it's cool. It's like, oh my gosh, you idiots. But Dino Charge made sure that they had a theme song that was different from revamping. It was well written. They gave me my damn figures. Oh yeah, for hmm, for Super Mega Force, they didn't have a change of cockpit forms, did they? I think, oh yeah, for Mega Force they didn't do that either. They came back for Dino Charge, sadly, but oh well. Yes, but the craziest part is just be the fact of where they gave us all the figures, except for, of course, the Dark Ranger, Shadow Ranger, or um, what was it? What was his name? I forgot what it was, but there was the Ranger that we never got, but he was in the Morpher, but apparently they changed his name, so oh well, whatever. And we don't even still have a figure for him, bastards. Though Bandai America doesn't do anything with that anymore. So, anyways, yeah, so Dino Charge was done. That was good. That was perfect. Good. Then that means that they have their footing now, so the next season should be good as well. Ninja Steel. The theme song is pretty okay, but Ninja Steel in itself is as bad as what happened with Samurai. We're dealing with ninjas here. And personally, I would have just, like I said in the previous one, is that perhaps you just have a mentor. The mentor is looking for worthy people to become Power Rangers. He has a dojo, he's doing some cool stuff there. They're training how to become samurai or whatever. Or he's just making this into a sword fighting club or sword fighting activity. And in the end of it, well, like, you had 2 candidates got scared. 2 candidates that he didn't really want is there, but forget, you all been ordained as Rangers. Congratulations. Instead, this stupid Ninja Power Star and Mick, and don't forget about Victor and Monty. One thing that Dino Charge did not have is comic relief, but all of a sudden, we have comic relief. Even when it comes to Mega Force and the other one, there wasn't comic relief in that either. So it's weird that you brought comic relief back for Ninja Steel. What the hell? So, Ninja Steel was something. That's all we can say. Ninja Steel was something. Ninja Steel decided to ignore everything that happened. Ninja Steel doesn't want to even go with what Ninja did. Ninja was hated, but it had a cool freaking damn shocker that the last ninja was their grandfather. And note, this is basically grandchildren dealing with their grandfather, and it looks like the Nin Shuriken that has all this power To become the last ninja, you have to defeat the last ninja, meaning kill him, and then absorb all his. It's not Mojikara. Was it Mojikara? It might be Mojikara. If not, then I forgot what the essence was. But yeah, you absorb it, and then that's it. And that's sadly, that's all the grandfather is. The grandfather does not exist anymore. The reason why he still exists is because he's using all his ninja energy and an Shuriken to exist. So that's a shocker, and there's more shockers in the ninja, but people want to diss it, and it's like, it's still better than freaking damn Ninja Steel. It's still better than Ninja Steel. It's like, yep, they ignored all that crap and just made this crap, and it's like they ended it with 20 episodes, and I'm like, you can eat it. It's like I'm sorry to tell you, but the other Megazord that can come out of it, like the Lion Hollow or Lion Fortress Zord, cool. The Ninja Steel Megazord, cool. I forgot what the Gold Rangers Megazord is, cool. But the freaking damn other Megazord that can come, I hate that Megazord. That Megazord is trash. Even when it comes in Japan, it's trash. Which means, guess what? You can just basically stop that series right here and go to the new one and get new Castle Ranges. You don't have to do 40 episodes on this one. Yes, I know, shocker. But for me, I'm like, I didn't really care for Ninja Steel. So for Ninja Steel actually end in 20 episodes and he did it properly, and you don't really have to do any more freaking damn Zords and stuff, go for it. Next year, new freaking damn Rangers. Finally. I would rather you do that versus this crap, but they kept on going, and it just gets more convoluted. But hey, at least we get the 5 Red Rangers, and they don't even release those figures for them. It's like you showed the other Red Rangers, but you don't even show the damn figures for them. Man, go fuck yourself. Seriously? It's like, seriously, you don't do that crap? Like, seriously? What the fuck? Seriously? So that's the sad part there. It's like, well, if you're not going to do the figures, then I don't even need to see them at all. Yeah, but they brought out the damn Megazord that sucks. It's like, why in the world did you bring that Megazord out? That Megazord sucks. I don't even understand why you even want to do that. And the Sub-Surfer Zord, apparently Sub-Surfer Zord showed up in the second season, the second half, which means if you cut out the second half, you don't really have to care about it, right? Right? So it gets very stupid where it's like you guys could have just saved yourself so much time if you would have just went to the next one. Which of course note they skipped some seasons at this point. And I didn't even mention with Super Mega Force, this is where it comes back to bite them in the rear of the whole thing of we skipped the season. So you skip the season, and well, Gokaigers use all Ranger keys. One Ranger key set that they use was, of course, the Die Ranger suits, the one that you dissed. And it's like, well, good job, Bandai America. You're an idiot. It's like, yep, you're a fucking idiot. Of course, sadly, when it comes to Gokaigers, period, they use all Super Sentai. I'm shocked that they didn't make a call, being like, hey, dude, remember the solid that you did back in the day when it came to Mighty Morphin Power Rangers Season 2? Yeah, giving us more episodes, like that. Yeah. Can you do that for us when it comes to Super Mega Force? We just have 20 episodes. We just need a few new little scenes, few little. It's like, come on, remember what we did back in the day. Come on, remember when we used to be tight. For old time's sake, thank you so much. All right. They'll do it. So it's like the old Super Sentai suits that we don't even know what the fuck they are would be replaced so that he won't have to have that freaking damn issue. Yeah, but for some reason he didn't make that call. I don't understand how, but yet some years later, he was able to get into the boardroom to talk about how Cure Rangers should be looking like, their Zords, and how the Rangers look. That seems pretty damn stupid and what the fuck to me, right? So, anyways, yeah. So that's where they end is in Ninja Steel. That's their last one, technically. But the ones that they skipped was, of course, Q Ranger and Tokuger at this point. I think the next one after that would be. It's like, am I right? I think if I'm missing one, frick. But I think they skipped two of them so far in that one. Yeah, they kind of skipped two in, yeah, Go Busters, but it came, so yeah, it took some years, but Go Buster was the next one that they did, and that's under somewhat the helm of Hasbro. Nicely done. Didn't give us a full theme, sadly, because that's how it is these days. But the toy release sucked. With Ninja Steel, at least the toy releases was good, but this is their first year, and it's like, I don't care it's their first year. Like, seriously, they made some messed up freaking issues and errors. Like, for instance, why did you change the. It's like, first things first, for K. Ruger. Oh, sorry, Rios. No, oh yeah, we're not even there yet. Sorry. I'm going too far already. So basically, the only messed up part was that the Red Ranger's Megazord and the Gold Ranger Megazord was not in the stores whatsoever. That was messed up. But we got all the Rangers though. That was cool. The articulation was okay for the Rangers, but everyone else didn't get that same treatment, which is like, well, why you're treating them less than, that's not cool. I'm gonna miss saying the extra Rangers, but other than that, the show went well. It was good. But they skipped out on Beast King Megazord. It's like, what the hell? What? It's like, yep, they skipped the Beast King Megazord and Amazon exclusive for the Gold Ranger and Silver Ranger Zord, or all five of them. It's like, why are you giving shit to Amazon? It's like, I'm sorry, but why the hell? It's like, Hasbro, you never did that crap before. I never heard of. Uh, let's just drop some names. Bobby Skullface. Off the bottom is OMG MGO. I never heard any of them say that Amazon exclusive for freaking damn Transformers. Never heard of Amazon exclusive for freaking damn um Marvel exclusive, Marvel Legends. So it's kind of weird that now, all of a sudden, Amazon exclusive. The frick. And then they refused to actually release a Megazord. The frick. I did mention what happened with Ninja Steel. The fact that, well, like they said in the freaking thing, that they made a Megazord for the Astro Megazord and the Tusk Megazord. They had Megazords for them both, even though they're just auxiliary Zords. So Observer Zord is supposed to have his own Megazord, but since it's a lot of purple, they said, fuck it. And it's like, what the hell? But you show it on TV. If you didn't want to freaking make this the freaking damn thing, then don't show it on damn ass TV. You idiot. It's like, yeah, it's like any designer who made something and they're like, oh, I don't want this to be worn at all. I'm going to dispose of it. They wouldn't have gave it to, the shopping channel for them to show. They would have just kept it and said, no, we're good. So, yeah. Bandai's an idiot. And apparently, Hasbro is apparently an idiot. And it took them a long time for the Lightning Collection now, because that's what the new release is. They gave you Blaze, they gave you the Red Ranger, they gave you the Blue Ranger, they gave you the Gold Ranger, I think they gave you Gold Ranger. A little bit later, they gave you Gold Ranger. No, the Gold Ranger showed up a second. Took a long time to give you Zoe. That was a few years later, and they still have yet to give Steel out. The frick. Not to mention, when it comes to the Rangers, they don't actually put them all good. Like, you don't get the blaster or the blasters combined, and they had some weird freaking damn stuff to make it like, if you want it complete, you have to get multiple. Technically, you have to get multiple freaking figures for that. Anyways, but good show though. And then we get to Dino Fury, Rio Soldier. Now this is where I was gonna say, number one, you should have went with their original idea, which was the sword was their freaking morpher. During the time of Super Sentai, they already had one that used the sword as the morpher. So that's why they had to make a morpher and a sword. So that means that technically you could have bumped the damn freaking morpher and used the sword as the morpher. You dumbass idiots. And I didn't mention what happened in Ninja Steel, which they had swords as morphers, but they used those freaking stupid things as morphers. You're an idiot. Anyways, my gosh. Yeah, I know, it just gets worse and worse. But for Dino Fury, the dumbass idiots over there were like, we don't need to give them swords. We're going to give them weapons we created our own selves. What and why? So, yes, they gave us the freaking Blue Ranger, Red Ranger, and Pink Ranger without their actual Dino Sabers. They gave us Void Knight, and I was like, I'll buy 6 of those. But sadly, it never went on sale, never went on clearance. So they actually learned that, this is after the pandemic, so they know how to lighten their load. Some bullcrap. But anyways, now we get to the point of where the show was nicely done. The Zords, they released the Zords. They released the Megazords the way they should. That's good. The Rangers are not accounted for. We do have to Gold Ranger. They did release that. Did not give them a new freaking damn weapon. Good for you. You learned from your mistakes. The Black Ranger and the Green Ranger has not been shown or been sold whatsoever. They gave us a year or two later their power-up forms, but not their original forms. What the fuck? You never gave us powered-up forms of the Rangers before. Why do it now? You idiots. So with all that, they gave us all the freaking Megazords, but they didn't give us the auxiliary Zords, which were 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 in all. So they decided to not do that, and then they gave us one of them, while the other 3 are still most likely never going to be released. Why did you show on TV if you actually not going to release them? They do give us the power-up forms, so the Red Ranger has the Blaze jacket, whatever, frigate. And Pink Ranger has the Knuckles, and the Terra Freeze, I guess it was the Gold Ranger got that. Or was it the Blue Ranger that got that? It's like, either way. And of course, the super power up forms. And of course, we got the fire up form. And forgot to mention, when it comes to Go Busters, they gave us the premature version of his battle morph, his battleizer form. Okay, so with all that, the shows were good. The show is good. But they gave us an Amazon exclusive 5 Ranger set with the Chroma Sabers. All 5 of them get the Chroma Sabers for $60-$80. What the fuck? Yeah, they promised that they'll give us those later, but they never did. What the fuck? And I'm pretty sure that's about it. Then we get to the last moment. The last whisper of Power Rangers as we know it. Cosmic Fury. So at this point, we had so many other seasons that actually passed from us. Lupin versus Pat, Kara Major, Zenkaigers, Dawn Brothers. New one that's about to end shortly. Another one. We have so many of them, including Q Ranger. And of course, they did dive back. They could do ToQger. But they decided to do what happened in... Oh yeah, don't forget Zyuohger. I forgot. Zyuohger was also another one. So they did what Zamans did back in the day. They took the Zords but left the suits. And it's like, oh, well, bet it was Hasbro's fault. No, they actually will have different Ranger forms. What? Yeah, it seems to me that they don't want to actually make the figures, which there are like at least 14 that they have to make of Rangers and all. And the Zords are like, I guess they 14 of them. 13. I think it's 13. Sorry. Hold on, let me see. Yeah, 13. It's 13. So what they basically did was they did they cut out two of them and gave us 11. And out of that 11, only five of them actually got a Ranger release for over $80 on Amazon. Yes, it's a trend on Amazon. Isn't that awesome? As for everything else, the Morpher piece of trash. I'm shocked this is like the worst Morpher I ever seen. Even the freaking damn Power Ranger Samurai Morpher, which also made cheap, is better looking than this. It's like, oh my gosh. It's like, what's the worst Morpher I ever seen? It's like almost any worst Morpher you ever seen. I think this one's now can be catalyzed as the worst Morpher to ever exist. That's the sad reality. Well, hold on, because I forgot about what happened in Jungle Fury. They never released those morphers. They did give him a glove, but the gloves weren't the morphers. It was the damn sunglasses. So now we get to the messed up part where it's like, what's worse, the sunglasses or this morpher dude right here? Well, at least the good news with the freaking damn sunglasses is that they can form as the sunglasses, which means they're useful outside as well as being trendy, and you can morph with them. What can this ball freaking piece of trash do? Tell me, what can this piece of trash do? Oh, change colors? That's actions and sounds. Like, man, someone makes those damn sunglasses for Jungle Fury. Pretty sure they can have sounds like that too. So I'm just saying, it's either the sunglasses is tied with this one or the sunglasses are still better than this trash. They gave you a play set and they gave you a Megazord that's $80. Well, $74, but ending of it all, was the series good enough? Hell no. It's like, yeah, hell no. The series was not good enough at all. 10 episodes. They tried to push for 20. Netflix did the same thing Nickelodeon did. They said no. No, actually, no. I think it was Hasbro that said no. So yeah, Hasbro, I think it's Entertainment One as Hasbro, and Hasbro said no. So apparently Hasbro totally sucks, because if you're going to change Power Rangers forever and say this is the end, then at least give it as much time as it deserves. Would I like it if it was 20 episodes? At least it might actually make a good attempt. This was kind of maybe a little bit of a rush job. So this shouldn't have happened. It should have just stuck with Cosmic Fury and ended it. This is the end. It's either that or you could have done something cool, which is just get freaking damn Lupin versus Power Ranger up in this. Maybe make that 20 episodes. If they would have said 10, then you're a dumbass idiot. But I don't know. That would have been like a proof of purchased. So it's like many people would just say, no, here's a middle finger, Hasbro. Bring back Lupin versus Pat. Because, yeah, it's like if you're doing Lupin versus Pat, do 10 episodes of that straight content. Oh, man. Hasbro would be like, oh shit, because they'll be like, bring that freaking damn show back, give it as many freaking damn episodes it needs. This was too damn good. We want to see the whole story flushed out. But of course, they chose to end it with Cosmic Fury, and the Rangers were Dino Fury, which I don't understand why you even want them in the first place. No offense, but I'm just saying their story was technically over. And yeah, I know that they ended it with Zato coming back and saying, hey, I need your help. But you didn't have to end it like that. And you didn't have to bring back Lord Zed, which that was a horrible idea too. And then they finished off what Lord Zed is doing now. Lord Zed is still over there, still stuck, still alive. It's like all I gotta say is just that no. I'm sorry, but this is a total no. I'm sorry, this is a no. It's understandable how this is not going to do anything to bring back the old, universe as we know it. But still, it's just, No. Okay, no. It's like, yeah, so looking at all this, Saban's, when he first handled it, was pretty good. It was very good, except for the whole Dire Ranger suits not being used. But then when it came to Disney, it was decently kind of actually done well, except for the theme songs, of course. It's like, yeah, the music was an issue for Disney. They don't know how to do music. But the stories, for the most part, or some, was good. Then Saban's got it back, had nostalgia reasons, and that's why we had this freaking M issues. Yeah, and also Bandai America did not want to do Power Ranger toys anymore. They also, same build, same issue, they also fucked over Kamen Rider Dragon Knight. Thanks a lot, bastards. Yeah, so that's the messed up part. It's like he came back and he was trying to be fun and be like, hey kid, why don't we play basketball and get some ice cream and have some lollipop and let's get you some pop and soda. Yes, I'm still a good old daddy. I'm gonna make up for lost time. And it's like, dude, guys, the kid is a teenager and an adult, small young adult now. It's okay to be a little bit serious. Like actually serious. And not be stupid. That's what you really need to do. Not so damn stupid. Was he a little bit serious? I guess so, but couldn't take him serious with the other elements of the freaking series, all the seasons. So, as for Hasbro, shoot. Hasbro at least got the music right, got the writing somewhat okay. Sadly, they brought back Comic Relief. Why the fuck you did that? But for the most part, the story was okay. The toy line was the issue. That was the total issue. And then, well, of course, they kept on doing the thing, and I forgot when it came to Beast Morphers. Hasbro was able to move the freaking time from 12 noon to 8 o'clock finally. Stop following the damn ass formula Disney gave you. It wasn't good in the first place. So, for Hasbro, it's kind of like they fell in the same rut, even though it's like, if you were able to tell them to move it to 8 o'clock, how couldn't you tell them to say 40 episodes now once a year? If you were able to be that strong to do that, we'll be a little bit in a better space. It's like, yep, we could actually maybe catch up with Super Sentai in a little bit of something versus this crap. As for moving to Netflix, I guess that was a good idea, but not really. It's like, yeah, it's like Power Rangers already on Netflix. I mean, I wish you would just did a freaking Netflix exclusive season. Because it's like, yeah, the kids get to have the one on Nickelodeon. The diehard freaking teenagers and adults get to have the ones that they couldn't truly adapt. Like ToQger could be adapted, Lupin versus Power Ranger be adapted, maybe even Zyuohger can be adapted. Just saying. It's like those could have been serious heavy hitters that would have been like, dang, have you seen the one on Netflix? The Power Rangers series that was on Netflix alone? It is good. To the point that Nickelodeon was like, oh shit, man, what are we doing here, man? It's like, maybe that's what they really needed, is just be like, what we're doing here, man. We don't even put Power Rangers for 40 episodes a year, and look what's going on over here on Netflix, man. Oh my gosh, what the fuck, man? It's like, no, we need the exclusive rights now. It's like, fuck Netflix. No, you're gonna do your Power Ranger stuff here. We're gonna have a prime time slot for your Power Rangers. So you can do the one that's for the kids, but as for the teenagers and adults, oh, we want that shit. We want that shit personally. And you're going to have a prime time slot. And it's like, that's what you really needed. But, well, Hasbro just decided to keep on going with one season versus you could do 2 seasons at once, you know. But either way, the handling of Power Rangers went up and down. But for it to end like this versus what RPM did, or what Power Rangers in Space did, this is the lackluster one, which I would have preferred you just did what I thought, which was you got 10 episodes, make the whole entire freaking thing Countdown to Destruction 2, which they sadly did, which is kind of funny. But I'm like, no, we get to see Countdown to Destruction 2, and we get to see the Rangers fall thanks to RPM. So it's revealed that all this time you thought RPM was a separate freaking damn universe? Hell no. RPM is the future of the universe. They just didn't want to tell you that. So it's like all the Rangers that ever existed went against the freaking damn Vengeance virus. And yeah, the only funniest part is be the fact where it's like, so Vengeance actually technically went to the past. Yep. And got defeated in the past. And it's like, well, they lost the data for him to get, because he was a different virus then, right? Yeah, I know. It's kind of crazy, right? Technically, that shouldn't have happened. Technically, Beast Morphers, if we're going to say that that's the distant future, then I think technically now Beast Morphers should be like in the future. It's after RPM. Yeah, because everyone rebuilt their stuff, and well, now they have to use a new power source, and yeah. Well, whatever, man. But Hasbro, I think they might not know how to handle Power Rangers. At least for freaking Disney, they were like, follow the current. Follow the current. We don't care. Follow the current. Don't do shit. Just follow the current. Well, except when it got really too crazy, though. Yeah, with Operation Overdrive. And then, yeah, RPM was crazy too, but they made it work. And it's like, that's what we need. Beast Morphers was good. Dino Fury was good. But we really, well, for the most part, it's like there's some freaking aspects if we're ignoring the freaking comedic duo crap. But it's like they could have kept on going if they really wanted to. But of course, the comic duo crap should have just been gone already. But whatever. Anyways, yeah, there you go. It was decently handled, but I think Hasbro was the weakest link, considering 2.5 seasons and you're throwing in a towel? Seriously? Like, you think Disney didn't want to throw in the towel? Disney didn't throw in the towel until like much later. And then they were like, oh, let's eyeball and do the originals. Let's do the original seasons and milk that before we kill it. What you doing? Oh, we're just gonna make a brand new Power Rangers season, new universe and everything. You guys are stupid, right? Seriously. I mean, that might actually have worked for Beast Wars, but the sad part is like, I don't think that was even your damn idea. So, good luck. I hope you're doing better than what you did with Cosmic Fury, because if this was your test of how to actually know how to make freaking suits and make morphers and stuff, you failed. Yeah, 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 yeah.